Opening night in the NBA and developing story here. LeBron James will play for the Cavs. They get set to host the Celtics. That, according to Tyronn Lue, the head coach, saying he's playing. LeBron nursing a sprained ankle, but the four-time MVP likely not passing up an opportunity to face Kyrie Irving and the Celtics. The C's only trip to Cleveland this entire regular season. For more, let's bring in our Stephen A. Smith live from Cleveland. And Stephen A., given all the baggage from this summer with Kyrie requesting a trade and everything else, how much does this game really matter in your eyes to these two teams?
Well, it matters to Boston because you want to send a message that it's a new day, it's a new era. You got Gordon Hayward and Kyrie Irving in the house. Crowder's gone, Isaiah Thomas is gone, Avery Bradley is in Detroit. So it's a different team in a sense. And obviously with Kyrie Irving being the star that he is and a champion, and Gordon Hayward being an all-star caliber player, you definitely want to send a message that them combined with an Al Horford, with the new draft pick, Jason Tatum and others, it's a new day and it's going to be a new result compared to what you witnessed last year. If you're the Cleveland Cavaliers, this is not that big of a deal. You know, LeBron James has been to 7 consecutive NBA Finals. The only way in which it resonates is the fact that Kyrie Irving departed from Cleveland, at least in part, because he didn't want to be LeBron James' teammate any longer. And when you're known as the leader, not just a three-time champion, a four-time league MVP, the greatest player in the world, but when you're the self-proclaimed leader and nobody is in position to argue with you, and a star the caliber of Kyrie Irving doesn't want to play with you any longer, we don't just get to look at Kyrie Irving, we have to look at LeBron James as well. And so when you know that's the backdrop, you don't want to be sitting on the sidelines or being at home or inside the locker room while this guy is in a new uniform out on the court ready to go up against you. You want to answer the bell as well. And I think that had something to do with LeBron James making sure that he was ready for tonight.
You just referenced to LeBron as the greatest player in the world. In your eyes, in what year will LeBron not be the NBA's best player?
Probably next year. At the very late, as far as I'm concerned, Kevin Durant is tugging at his heels right now. Kevin Durant is a superstar extraordinaire. Everybody's talking about the triple-double that LeBron James averaged in the NBA Finals. Well, the NBA Finals MVP was Kevin Durant, who averaged 35 and 8. This is what he does. He's a scorer machine. He's the one individual, I believe, in the sport of basketball that has the chance of capturing and eclipsing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. He's 6'11" with a 7'6" wingspan, with a handle, can shoot threes, has a mid-range game, hits free throws, can play closer to the basket, and now he's added defensive, just some defensive prowess to his repertoire. He is a superstar extraordinaire on the highest level. You don't want to give him the edge over LeBron yet, but whereas they were miles apart before and then he got closer, now he's seriously close to dethroning LeBron James with that title. And let's also not forget Kawhi Leonard, because he plays defense and accepts the primary responsibility as a defender for the San Antonio Spurs night in and night out. LeBron picks his spots when he wants to step up and defend against the elite in this game, spots in the fourth quarter and what have you. Kawhi Leonard takes them from open and tap. He deserves credit for that.
Yeah, multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year. Let's talk more about Durant and the Golden State Warriors. Eastern Conference or Western Conference, in your eyes, who's the biggest threat to the Warriors this season?
I would say the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think that James Harden and Chris Paul are formidable. I don't know about the rest of their team. San Antonio is formidable because of Kawhi Leonard and Greg Popovich. But Oklahoma City added Paul George and Carmelo Anthony to a roster with Russell Westbrook, the reigning league MVP, who is the ultimate assassin. He is the most heartless competitor that I've witnessed in the modern day era. He is an assassin personified. He has no mercy. He is interested in doing nothing but annihilating and destroying the competition. And that's regular competitors, not somebody he might have an axe to grind like he does against Kevin Durant, who left him high and dry in Oklahoma City. So when you take that into consideration, consider this: Russell Westbrook, Paul George, probably the best defensive backcourt in basketball. Steven Adams, underrated Steven Adams, along with Roberson. That puts you with 4 defenders on the floor. And then you got a guy in Carmelo Anthony who's 6'8", 240, can shoot threes, can play with his back to the basket. I don't care about his age. This dude can average 25 in his sleep if he wanted to. They don't have much of a bench. We understand that. But that still doesn't negate the fact that they are the biggest threat to the Golden State Warriors, because the one thing they can do is put up points. and they're not scared of anybody, and they have nobody of those three that are scared of the big moment. They literally have three guys that will embrace that challenge. That's why they're the number one threat.
All right, that's our Stephen A. Smith joining us on this opening night in the NBA live in Cleveland. Stephen A., thank you very much. Looking forward to your coverage throughout the night.